sort of carbs, just kind of a variety of things, but never anything specific.
Okay, well he cooks from scratch. How about yourself?
Whatever's in the fridge.
Whatever's in the fridge.
If it's in the fridge, it goes in the pot.
This sounds like it's going to be perfect for you guys, because
Yes.
you don't know what's in this basket.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous? Oh, don't be nervous.
The fishing basket, is it trout or is it bait?
It's bait. That's a good one, though. I like that. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun. Stay tuned to Scoff Off. When we come back, we'll open the basket.
Definitely going to be competitive. He's a good cook. I got to figure out how I'm going to win this. Probably cheating is probably my best option. Does Brenda take bribes?
Welcome back to Scoff Off. Okay, guys, before we open the basket, I'm going to go over the rules. There's 30 points in total, 10 points for the use of your basket ingredients. So you got to use some of everything in your basket. You don't have to use everything in your basket. And there's 10 points for taste and 10 points for presentation. And of course, pots and pans are right here to your right, and the you need is right there. And the pantry is right here, all the fresh stuff and canned stuff. But in the fridge, there's more protein and other things that you may want to add to your basket. If you'd like to enhance your basket, you're welcome to. Okay, you ready to open your basket?
We are.
Okay, let's go. Game time.
Aha.
So we have some bison, ground bison,
Oh my.
caramelized onions, some sharp aged cheddar, and some bacon. There you go. Not too bad, right? Got
Not
some
too
thoughts
bad.
together?
Interesting.
Okay, guys, it's time to scoff off.
Well, it was a fishing basket. I expected trout. And then it's bison. But what's that?
I'm not gonna lie, I was very overwhelmed. There was way too many ingredients in there. In my house, we have a spice rack and maybe 3 or 4 vegetables in the fridge and a meat. And I'm just like, all right, that's easy enough. I don't have a choice. There's too many choices. Like, it was just way too many.
Yeah, so not too bad, not fish.
Not
Fish would have been a nightmare for me.
Yeah,
It's funny, you know, a lot of people, a lot of guests in my show, we're Newfoundlanders, but yet no, everyone goes, fish.
It's tough to cook sometimes, depending on how you're doing it.
Yeah, it cooks quickly though, right?
Fish is
There you
really
go.
tough to cook. And it cooks quickly.
It cooks quickly, you're right.
It goes wrong quickly too.
So now, Tyler, you're an athlete
Yep,
and you play soccer.
trying to.
Yes,
We
no,
start
well,
the season
I've
tomorrow,
been
actually.
reading about you, so you're not trying to play soccer. You're actually quite good at soccer.
I've been getting better, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's what I always try to do, is get better every year.
So the league is going on for 2021.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we start our season tomorrow, and that'll be 16-game season, I believe, this year. So lots of time on the field.
Right. And Doug, did you play soccer?
I played very little soccer, but because of Tyler, I'm the treasurer of the NLSA. I've been to every soccer field in Newfoundland and most of the soccer fields in Canada. So he's taken me along for the ride.
Right, right. And did you play any sports growing up?
I was big on basketball and volleyball.
Right. Well, that was probably what.
Too short for both.
Soccer, I mean, it's been around a long time because my dad is like in his 90s and he played soccer as a kid, but it sort of has gone through its ups and downs. But I know the St. Lawrence area is really big in the soccer.
It is. They're our mortal rivals, so we'll talk about somebody else.
Right. Holy Cross and St. Lawrence.
That's
right.
all right. They're not that bad.
You got to
when
give
they're-
your due to St. Lawrence.
When they're not around
community of
anyways.
2,500 people, and they've from
Yeah,
tops
it's known
in
for
Canada
soccer,
over and
right?
over again. Yeah.
Yeah, and tops in Canada. So between Holy Cross and St. Lawrence, when you say tops in Canada, how many times have we won the? Is it called the Canadian Cup? What's it called?
It's called the Challenge Cup.
Challenge Cup.
I should know the answer to that. We've come. Holy Cross has won it once.
Holy
St.
Cross has
Lawrence.
won what?
Hey, they've won the Challenge Cup trophy once.
Right.
St. Lawrence has
Mixing
come
bowl?
second.
Down the bottom shelf. City Orange ones?
And I think that's it. I think it's a,
Oh, there's 2 in that too, I think. Right. So that's exciting. And so how long have you been playing soccer? All your life?
Yep, I've been playing soccer the longest. I used to play hockey a lot too, but now it's just soccer. Don't have enough time for both.
No, soccer is a great game. It's very athletic. You have to be in such great shape to play soccer.
You do, yeah. Especially when it's hot out. It's
Right.
difficult. We're trying to stay hydrated and stuff, so. Plus,
Well, the good thing is, in Newfoundland, Labrador, we don't have much of that problem.
no, we certainly
We
don't.
get the odd day, but not generally, right?
I'd say overall I get about 10 sunny days of soccer a year.
But some of the places around the world that are most known for soccer are warm climates,
It's true, yeah.
right? And so you both are fans of Manchester United.
That is also
This is
true.
what I'm hearing, yeah?
yes, yep. It's one thing we agree on. We don't have the same favorite player. We don't see the game the same way. I know it's more competitive on the field or in the living room watching the game.
So is that because of David Beckham?
For me, not so much. I'm more of a Paul
me, it would
Scholes
be.
fan, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that was who I grew up watching.
Right.
Was David Beckham and Paul Scholes. So to me,
Well, they had a team packed full of stars at that point in time. Ryan Giggs, I think, was my favorite.
Yeah, well, they've got a lot of stars, there's no doubt about it.
Nowadays,
Have
not
you
so
been
much.
lucky enough to go to any of the World Cups or the European competitions, or?
I've personally never been to any of like the big competitions, but I have gone to a lot of like club matches. So I've been to Italy and England and Austria and seen soccer games in all three of those places.
lovely.
So
Yeah.
Well, you guys played in a tournament in Italy, an international tournament.
yeah, that's true actually. When I was playing Canada Games soccer, we actually went to a tournament in Italy and managed to win the tournament.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's fantastic.
So I was pretty happy with that. I gotta say, that was one of the more like cool things I've ever done in my life, and just because when are you ever gonna, as like a Canadian, gonna get to go and play an international competition for a sport in like a different continent?
And yes, they went to Italy in an international tournament. Most of the teams that they played against didn't speak English, and they managed to win their division.
So outside of soccer, you mentioned hockey. So what's your team?
We don't talk about that. I'm an Ottawa
You're a
fan.
Toronto, an Ottawa fan. I was going to say you're a Toronto fan, but you're an Ottawa
No,
fan.
slightly worse actually.
Well, they've had their moments. What about yourself, Doug?
I'm more of a fan of a player than a team these days.
Oh,
And,
you're a Alex Newhook fan, right?
Well, okay. Boy, I'm
Put you on the spot.
so impressed with Connor. Right, he's just
yeah.
been phenomenal this year. It's amazing what he can do. It's scary.
Yeah, well, so neither one of you had the right answer because I'm a Habs fan.
No,
So no points for that.
I thought that was always the wrong answer.
Oh,
just
no,
better-
no, that's the right answer.
You just
What's
better
your
hope
thoughts
we
now?
don't
What are you
see.
doing with this ingredients? What are you thinking you're going to do?
That's a great question. I'm just trying to get the meat to the point where I can cook it, and then I'm going
Right.
to come up with something else.
Right, okay. So you're going to add some onion to your meat. You did add onion, yeah?
Yeah.
And what about yourself, Doug? What are you planning on doing with yours?
Boy, I'm gonna fry it up in the pan,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to find a few tasty things to put with it.
Okay, great. I'm in for a treat then for sure. And so, Doug, you're an accountant, right?
I am.
And so you have your own firm.
Yes.
And you have your son working with you.
I do.
Reluctantly, I
We've
will
survived so far.
Reluctantly.
Yeah. Who's
Are you
reluctant? I
getting
wonder.
paid?
You know what? It's called a family discount. So
Oh,
he helps me out and I help him out.
okay, but still,
It works out
you're-
for everybody.
You're still in the same industry. You're still pursuing an accounting career.
I'm actually going to be starting working towards my CPA on July 10th.
Oh,
so
excellent.
big changes for me.
Yeah. So Dad can retire eventually.
That's the plan.
Well, let's see. There's nothing like following
a lot
in
of
your
people don't
father's
think I'm going to
footsteps.
retire.
No.
No.
No, because you're an A personality type. Those type, I can speak from experience, don't really think about retiring too much.
No.
No.
That hasn't been thought at all. That's right.
No, I figure you might step back a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that in the not too distant future.
So what got you? You started in university. And were you going to do accounting, or were you?
I didn't really have a plan. I started off doing a general year, and then to me it was, I suppose I'll just do business and see where that goes, because it had a lot of opportunities.
Right?
And that's the other thing I do like, well, I don't say I like, but I have somewhat of an entrepreneurial mindset, and I enjoy the idea of money and how to make it and how
Yeah.
businesses work. So
Yeah.
it seemed like a good fit, and I managed to get through that, and then tough job market, so back to school.
Right.
a
And
good
Doug,
career,
were you focused as a young man? Did you know you wanted to do accounting when you went to
I knew I
university?
definitely did not want to do accounting.
You definitely did not want to do
I
it.
was 100% sure of that.
So what made you do it?
It's one of those things. A bunch of little things happened. Next thing I know, I'm working in an accounting firm.
Right.
Yeah, just a lot of friends went into it, and they liked it, and they sort of said, "Hey, our company's hiring people. Go down and apply." Next thing you know, I've got a career. 7 years later.
But it's not an easy career either, and actually to get your CPA, of course, it changed from CA to CPA, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but to get that designation, that takes dedication and a lot of study.
It does.
You know, so like that's
It's a
just you
3-year
don't.
program.
Yeah, you don't come by that just like, oh, I think I'll just go do accounting. Right?
And
It doesn't
you're
come that
working
easy.
and you're working hard while you're studying.
Right.
Yeah. Both of us use a lot of olive oil. Yes. It's not the first time that's happened.
It came out too fast. I wasn't expecting it. And I was just like, this is not gonna work. It's gonna be very oily. So I was just like, let's just get rid of that.
And then when did you branch out on your own?
About 2 weeks after I got my CA.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's good. Well, you saw an opportunity.
I had an opportunity, yes, and I sort of seized on it to take to create my own firm.
Right.
And like I said, it's.
And Tyler's seeing an opportunity now. He's seeing all dad's hard work and he can just take it over.
Well,
I don't know if I want that much responsibility in my
I know,
life.
you're only 24. You got lots of time, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the pressure.
I'm gonna run into a problem here.
Well, you need some pressure. I just got a scowl from your father. I think you need the pressure. So, and now, Doug, you guys are guests on this show, and I thank you for doing that. But you bought this at an auction.
for Children's Wish.
We put it up, yes,
Yeah.
at Children's Wish,
Yeah.
and I thank you for that. Children's Wish asked me to put something up on auction,
Yeah.
and they suggested the show, for guests, and I was like, that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
So when you bid on it, did you realize you would actually have to come cook?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And thanks very much for doing that. Children's Wish is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, it's a very
And,
important
yeah,
charity.
I really appreciate you putting up the show as a help for them.
Yeah.
My cousin was one of the first Children's Wish children in Newfoundland, and yeah, I saw what it did for him.
10 minutes like that.
Yeah.
Close that, right? And if you're going to boil, there's some fresh pasta in the fridge.
That's a much better idea.
Yeah, because it'll cook faster for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Charity, donating to charities is super important because we all know in a tough economic time, charities have really been hurt very bad. But Children's Wish, what I like about that particular charity is that all the money stays local.
Yes.
And it's for local children. So you know that the money you're donating is actually being spent in the local economy. And I had a nephew who was a wish child as well
Yeah.
at one point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when you go to the gala, you hear the stories, you see the people. It's so powerful, and then you have a personal experience with it yourself. Yeah.
But you do a lot of charity work too, because you were telling me that you down at Mile 1, when we can get back there again soon, hopefully.
Yes.
You do the 50-50 tickets during the Growlers games.
I do.
Yeah. And so that's a charity, right?
It is.
So who are they raising the money for?
That goes into the foundations for the Growlers and for the Edge, and then they disperse it to food banks.
So I guess they pick 3 or 4
Shelters.
charities and.
Oh no, it's way
Yeah.
more than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
back in the heyday, we were collecting 24,000 a night for charity.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
we-
What was the biggest prize that's ever been won?
The biggest prize, how much was that? Was at the Briar, and I think it was like $60,000. It was over $60,000. Yeah.
You want to ask me a question?
No, I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out when
Put
I
the
can put
cover
that
on your
past in.
pot. Because that'll keep the heat in it, right? That's your tip.
That's a good tip.
Did you salt the water?
Not yet. It's all gonna come together quickly and
No.
uncoordinated.
I find it interesting that neither one of you made a burger.
Made a what?
A burger.
That's too boring. Can't be like that.
It is too easy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It's
you
an
want to
easy
go.
cop-out.
You want to go hard. I know. That's pretty good. Yeah. Now, what about you, Tyler? Do you so you're playing soccer for the summer and you're working.
Yep.
So what about your hobbies? What do you do outside of soccer?
Outside of soccer, I try to spend a lot of time outdoors, but I mean, other than that, I don't have a lot of time because it's mostly just weekends, and then every other bit of time is relaxing or playing soccer.
Right.
If I can, I like to go camping and do some stuff like that where I can go take a couple days and be out of the city.
So you're obviously very athletic. You like to be doing things that are physical.
Yeah, so I find it's more so like my lifestyle is very active, so when I'm sitting still, I'm not
Right.
at peace, if that makes sense. I need to be out doing stuff.
So you more like your mom or your dad?
Choose wisely.
I would say my dad. I'm more stubborn and
Come on,
don't know what the other word is.
Give him some more compliments.
Yeah.
Stubborn.
You are stubborn.
I am very stubborn.
I think stubborn is a determined word.
We are stubborn. Yeah. That was the truthful answer, unfortunately.
That's the one thing we got in common, is that we're both very stubborn. Neither one of us will admit we're wrong until the other one will prove the other one right, or prove someone's right or wrong.
So do you have any other siblings?
No, I'm an only child, and that's also why I think I'm like him. Bit of only child syndrome runs in the family, apparently.
Right.
So my big sibling is him, and I'm sure if anyone else has siblings, they can tell you that they will fight with their siblings. That's the way we get on sometimes.
We don't fight.
We don't fight, but I'll say like bicker over like, sports and stuff.
We bicker over everything. We bicker over supper. What are we going to cook for supper?
True.
And who usually loses?
I let him win.
See?
That way I don't have to cook. He takes losing very, very, very bad. I can't live in the same house for 3 or 4 weeks with him whining and crying and refusing to cook supper.
See, that's a fatherly answer, right?
It's true.
Right.
He's the bigger sibling in the
Right.
family for me.
I like your knife skills. You're holding the pepper up.
I can promise you I have no idea that I was doing that correctly, but I'm trying my best.
Well, no, you're not. That's a way to cut your hand.
That's all right. I'll manage.
You're good? Okay, you're all right. Yeah.
I won't
And
cut anything.
So, Doug, what are you doing with that dish now? You're making some sort of a stir fry.
It's going to be a
bison.
surprise to everyone, including me.
Okay. Have you ever had bison before?
Nope.
Have you?
Nope.
Interesting. Yeah, it's really good. It's nice lean meat.
Yeah, it is.
It is very lean meat, so it's going to be. I've had it before. I've had bison steaks and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever had ground bison before. I was just so pleased to see Supermarket had it.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So, what seasoning did you put in yours over there?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now it's just salt and pepper, a little bit of Worcester sauce.
Right. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. And what about you, Tyler?
5
What do you
minutes.
got in there?
I got some garlic, salt, pepper, a bit of cayenne pepper, and some parsley.
Oh, you got a little flavor going on there for sure. Dad might want to note that.
I have to just go ahead.
Adding a little flavor to something. So, Tyler, I noticed that you actually did a work term at Labatt Brewery. Was that when you were a student?
Yeah. So that was in my very last term. It was kind of just helping out with one of my buddies. He plays on my soccer team, and he's actually a rep there.
Yeah.
And so my work term consisted of me going down and counting every single mini fridge in every gas station that he had as a client. So I had to go in and get a lot of information, and it took me about 2 weeks.
You didn't have the glamorous job of going down and meet with clients.
No, I didn't
and
get a
hanging out
glamorous
around
job.
the patios down in George Street.
He knew exactly what he was doing, I'll put it that way.
Right. Off camera later on, I want to know who that smart fella was. Where had you doing all these dirty work? But you got paid though, right? I'm assuming you got
Oh,
paid.
I got paid at least.
Yeah, at least you got paid.
He promised I would get paid and I would get free beer at the end. I can't ask for much more than that. That's my end of the day. That's perfect.
You can do it. You can take a lot of different jobs if you're getting paid in beer.
Yeah. So it looks like you're doing both very similar things, and you're doing a veggie stir fry there too, are you, Doug?
No, not
Don't
gonna be a
forget
veggie
your
stir fry.
onions. I hate to remind you, and don't forget this beautiful cheddar I gave you. See, that's where my mind went when I saw the cheddar was a burger.
That's fair. And the caramelized onion. But again, I guess we just like doing things difficult. You had it set up, and as soon as you said burger, I was like,
And I showed you the buns.
Yes. It was a hint that we didn't get.
no.
See, I know it's in the basket, so I got the advantage over everybody else, right? Oh,
Yeah.
you're doing a great job. It smells great in here, by the way.
Hint for future guests.
I can't wait to try it. Yeah.
It's going to be cutting it tight on timing.
So this year, is the growlers are going to play again.
They are.
Are the edge back as well?
I don't know what the story is on the edge.
Right. But that was great having basketball here. It was fantastic.
Well, I love basketball. It was great.
And the Raptors didn't do too well this year, but that year that the Raptors were doing so well, wasn't that just a great boost for, for Canada?
It seems to get a lot of momentum behind it. And, I mean, where they're the only basketball team for Canada in the NBA, that's always a great thing to have is...
Okay, you got to pull this
Family.
together quickly now. We have like 1 minute left. What school did you go to, Tyler?
I went to Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Spoons?
In front of you. Little spoons
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
big spoons. Did you go to Gonzaga as well, Doc? Are you
No.
a townie? Are you from
I'm a
town?
townie. I went to collegiate.
You went to collegiate. Right. No. And do you have any brothers or sisters yourself, though?
No, I'm an only child.
You're an only child, too?
Yeah.
That's very, not very often you find that.
Well, not in St. John's in the 60s.
Good point. No, but even though Newfoundland families tend to be fairly, years ago, they tend to be a little bit larger than that, right?
Well, my mother and father both came from families of 7.
Right, right.
And they cut it down to 1.
Okay, we're getting down to it now. We got to start plating. Tyler. It goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
I can promise you I've never cooked a meal in 20 minutes, so...
No, well now, you know you can, right? Everything is urgent when you only got 20 minutes. Colin, or if you're looking for one, it's over here.
Okay.
And don't forget, don't grab that pot now, it's hot.
No.
Use your gloves. Because so many people have burnt themselves taking the pot off the stove. Yeah, I'm going to give him a Chinese pasta, and then he's going to plate that up because we are quickly running out of time.
I think Tyler did get a little bit of an advantage and a little extra time. In soccer, they call it referee's time. So he managed to get a little one up on me there.
You're all ready, you Doug? Almost?
Close.
But don't forget your cheese.
I got to figure out my cheese. I usually just eat the cheese.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn off that burner. That's okay, don't worry about that. You got to clean it up after.
Take this underneath it.
Did you hear me? I said,
Yeah.
don't worry about that. You're just going to clean it up after.
There we go.
There you go.
Put these crab claws.
Okay, you put that on the plate now, because we're down to the final second.
Okay.
I'm going to come over here now while you're plating that. When we come back, we'll have a look. Okay, that was a lot of fun, guys. We're going to let them finish plating. When we come back, we'll see who the winner is. Stay tuned to Scoff Off. Welcome back to Scoff Off. Well, that was a lot of fun, guys.
It was.
It's really hard to cook in 20 minutes.
It is.
Never done it before.
Especially when someone asks you questions.
No, sorry. It's part of the thing, right? Yeah. It's part of the job. Anyway, and I set you up for what I think would have been a burger. And you both went totally different, but they both look fantastic. And I just love how people's minds creative. Now, Tyler, what's in so you use all your ingredients. You've got the bison, the cheese, the caramelized onions in with your beef and your bison.
So I put that in with the beef and to give that some flavor.
Yeah.
And then I added the cheese on top. It didn't get as quite melty as I was liking, and then I added some peppers just to try and keep it simple because I already had the onions.
And you got
there's also some
bacon.
mushrooms in there too.
Mushrooms and onions, okay. They're like the trinity of the kitchen, right? And you cook pasta.
Yes.
Okay, let's get off their pasta. I want one piece. This is the hardest part of the whole show, eating on camera.
I can see
And you
that.
put a little bit of balsamic glaze on there. Your pasta is cooked. It's very nice. The balsamic brings it all together. You can taste the cheese, and you can taste the caramelized onions. Good.
Everything I taught you.
Yes. Father knows best.
Yes, I guess so.
Now you got a lot going on here.
I did. It was busy.
But it's
Like I
garnished.
said, everything in the fridge goes in the pot.
That's right. It was garnished well.
Yeah.
And so what's in your bison?
I cooked the bison and the
Bacon
bacon
here.
together with some onions.
Yeah. Tastes good.
And the vegetables are just sort of fried a little bit.
So a little
and,
bit of a salad.
Yeah, with some olive oil and some balsamic and salt and pepper.
And what's with this? That's just you want to be able to use your cheese, did you?
Yeah, well, I had to use the cheese, and I also had a tomato that I hadn't used. And,
Now, you get points for doing the fancy tomato.
excellent. It was totally an accident. I tried to slice it.
It was nice to get to know you both a little bit better. Oh, sorry about that. And good luck with this season with the Holy Cross.
Thank you.
And today's winner is Tyler.
Oh no! I don't take losing very well, and especially to Tyler. Can you edit that out? Are you sure?
Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. That's it for this episode of Scoff Off. We'll see you soon.
Well done.
It'll be tough going home later.
It was a lot of fun watching this father-son dynamic, but it turns out father doesn't know best, with Tyler taking the win.
Can't believe you won.
You can't believe it.
I can't.
I told you I was going to win and you'll be cooking for the rest of the week.
I'm going to be tying my apron. I gotta go to the winner.
Hey, you made a deal. You said you'd cook, so you're locked in now. Well, you know what? Maybe if you spent less time on those tomatoes, more time on a good dish, you would have won.
I thought the tomatoes were the best part of my meal, unfortunately.
Honestly, I think they were, and you're not wrong. There's only 10 points for presentation. There's another 20 for how it all went together.
Yeah, well,
What'd you always say to me? The quiet one in the room learns most. You were there yakking and talking, carrying on with her, and I'm here trying to stay quiet and concentrate.
it's a show. We're supposed to talk to the host.
Yes, but I won, so who really won here? I did.
The viewers won.
True.